Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we have our second Wi-Fi battle with Team Lovrina. Sorry for admin Lovrina. Yeah, let's see if we can bounce back from our one loss. 5 battles. I think we can make this one successful. Today we're playing against Jamie. Now before you complain, I know you see it, You see the Ho-Oh there and the Gengar, and I know those two are considered Ubers. In my book, I don't think Gengar is really considered an Uber. Ho-Oh definitely is an Uber. Very OU stuff. Garchomp, Skarmory in there. Cresselia's a tank. Quagsire is another wall of sorts. And I know we're a little bit outmatched here. But it's just, we're not going to give up. We're just going to keep going and fight as hard as we can with the hand we're dealt with. So Jamie leads off with a Skarmory, and I choose to send out the Lust here to get free rocks up. I know Skarm can't really touch me, so I'm just going to set up rocks. He's going to get up his rocks and then switch out and try do stuff with the Lopunny. Yeah, so hopefully that's the plan. So hopefully we can click battle and go for rocks, or do we switch right away? I don't actually remember what I did in this game, because the Ho-Oh really threw me off, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, so here we trade rocks. Not a bad start for both of us. I do kind of wish I let off with a Rosario, kind of to get that sleep powder off, but I felt like Mawa was better because of that Ho-Oh in the back. So now we switch out into Lopunny here, hoping to get a burn off on that Skarmory just to cripple its leftovers and to cripple any incoming Brave Birds and whatever other stab move it has. Of course, Lopunny's going to take some rock damage. Here comes a defog, so he's essentially resetting the battle. This isn't the worst thing for me. So here I plan to go for the switcheroo to again get the burn off on this Skarmory or whatever else wants to come in. And he ultimately switches out Skarmory. Good move on his part, goes into Quagsire. So Quagsire, the leftovers on Quagsire is not going to be a factor anymore. Quagsire is also crippled, so Earthquakes aren't going to hurt a lot as well, and we will gain the leftovers. But of course, because we're Klutz, we're not going to be able to use the leftovers, but we do transfer Burn to his Quagsire. So I think this was a very good, excuse me, a good move on my part. And we go into the Rosario to force a switch. I believe we do that, right? Yes, we do that. Thank goodness. So we do that, send out Rosario, and I think we're going to take a Skull here. Oh, Toxic KO. That wasn't a prediction. But yeah, now we're going to go for a Sleep Powder, I believe, because I know we forced a switch. So the switch comes, and I believe Skarmory is going to be the one to take the Sleep Powder. So Rosario hits the Sleep Powder, Skarmory's put to sleep, so that'll buy us a few turns to not get any rocks on our side. So now we switch out into Titania, I believe. Never mind, we switch out into Gorbis, and to adjust, I think we're going to try get that Shell Smash sweep very early. We don't want to deal with that Ho-Oh, because that Ho-Oh is very dangerous, considering what's on my team as well. Of course, Skarmory can carry Roar and just mess this up entirely. But we'll see what he does here. We'll see what he does. So we go for Shell Smash, get our setup going. So now we're at +2 attack, +2 attack, and +2 speed. And is he going to wake up here? We're about to find out. Let's see if he wakes up. So he is still asleep, so we can get a free Scald off on this Skarmory right now. So Jamie opts to switch and go into his Quagsire. So a very interesting choice. I always thought Water Absorb, but it is clearly unaware. It's not damp because we would see the ability. So it's clearly unaware, but shockingly we still 2-ko this thing. And even with, and especially after burn damage, so this thing is going to go down to another Scald. So I'm quite shocked at that. I didn't think it would do that much to Quagsire, but yeah, I mean, wow, good job Gorbis, good job Armstrong. Quagsire goes down, a big wall is down for us, so hopefully we can pull through with another, oh look, my thing's at low battery. But we're gonna, let's see what he sends out here. I don't quite know what he sends out, this battle was quite a bit ago. So sends out the Gengar, it's probably Sash Gengar. I outspeed thanks to my Shell Smash. And so I just go for the Shadow Ball here. Probably going to go for a Shadow Ball of his own. And it's probably going to do a lot of damage considering it is Gengar. Gorbis is not the thickest of walls. So there's the Shadow Ball. And there's the Sash as we predicted. Quite obvious. And here comes, oh, a Sludge Bomb. So a bit more powerful than the Shadow Ball. Still a 2-ko, luckily no poison, and we are free to get rid of this Gengar. So Scald, knock out the Gengar, and so we're doing rather well now in this beginning portion of the match. Let's see, what do you send out now? I'm guessing you send out Skarmory now. Also Crest comes out. Okay, Crest, another annoyingly thick wall. Cresselia is a pain, but it has a very beautiful shiny. I really do like it shiny. We're going to go for Shadow Ball, and I mean +2. Now Cresselia is very thick, and this is a 2-ko. This is a 2-ko on off of a Gorbis' Shadow Ball at +2. That is quite scary. Gorbis is a sleeper Pokemon in my opinion. Again, I really like Gorbis. From other videos I've said I really like Gorbis. Just seeing that Shadow Ball was like, wow, that does a lot. That really helps me. So now I can go into Lust and start setting up rocks, which I probably should have. Or I go into Titania and get a Levitate. I expect Gardevoir. So trace the Levitate. So Shadow Ball should kill or hurt whatever comes in on the switch. Realistically, should I have gone for Moonblast here? Let me know down below. Maybe Moonblast was the better move. But Shadow Ball is super effective, so I'm thinking, okay, Shadow Ball is a guaranteed kill, which it does. Kill the Crest. Otherwise, I think the Crest would have gone for like a Healing Wish or something like that. Or maybe a Shadow Ball of its own. We knock out Crest, so we knocked out 2 walls and a Gengar. So that's just Skarmory, Ho-Ho, and Garchomp. So mind you, Skarm is still asleep. We're going to go for Shadow Ball because we know Skarm isn't the most specially defensive here. Let's see how much damage that does. I think it's a 2-ko. No, it's a 3-ko. Quite surprised about that. Guess now is the time we should switch, huh? Or we just opt to go for another Shadow Ball because we stupid. Hopefully they get us a Death Drop, maybe? No, we're not going to get us a Death Drop. And Skarm's going to wake up and use rocks. So we have rocks on our side. He doesn't opt to go to Roost. So Skarm, I think we'll live one more Stealth Rocks if we get it back up. But we do go for Shadow Ball because whatever comes in is going to take quite a chunk of damage there. So he withdraws Skarm, sends out the Ho-Oh here. Now if I had that rocks up earlier, that would have been a much better play here. Obviously Shadow Ball is going to do probably nothing. Of course it's not going to do anything. It's a Ho-Oh. So we go, strangely we make a weird move and we go into Lust. So we go into Lust thinking of Brave Bird. I think that was the thought at the time, but it's also like, why wouldn't you just go for your Stab Sacred Fire? Look at my team, I have a big ass fire weakness now that Gorbis is gone. Not that Gorbis could have taken a Sacred Fire well anyway. We do get a -1 on this thing. And surprisingly enough, we will live this Sacred Fire and eat it up relatively well. It's a 2-ko surprisingly, so we know it's not banded. Otherwise I think that would have knocked out Mawile. But I don't know what the item is on this thing. Not heavy duty boots, it's not assault vest, those don't exist in this game. So I'm not too sure what this thing is. But I do think that was a misplay on my part. Because now we don't get the rocks and this Ho-Oh is free to just switch in and do what it pleases. So maybe I should have just sacked off Titania there. To be honest with you, what I wanted to do though was save Titania and get off the Psychic, just to have Psychics. Because I was really scared for Garchomp, but then, you know, we also had a Fairy type in Lust as well, who could have eaten that hit. So, you know, I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure that was the play that's going to end this game. Now, it is the play that is going to end this game, because we're going to go for Sleep Powder, try to put this thing to sleep. We're in survival mode right now. But definitely the rocks was the move. It wasn't the right play to go into Gardevoir. And yeah, so I mean, obviously Ho-Oh has Regenerator, so he's just going to heal up all that damage. Send out Skarmory, and I'm not going to do diddly squat to it at all. I opt to go for another Sleep Powder, hoping to hit it. So yeah, out comes Skarm. We can go for Giga Drains. I'm not too sure how much damage that would realistically do, but we could go for Giga Drains. It is quad resisted, but Roserade is a special attacker. Do we opt to switch this turn and go into Beautifly? So at this point, I think it is, realistically, it is GG, just because that whole O is just unstoppable at this point. So we're just throwing at the whatever hits the wall, hope it sticks. So we do go into Dewdrop now. Of course, with those deadly rocks up, Dewdrop is taking half health of damage. That is 2 turns of sleep, so we're in a kind of a risky situation here. Yeah, my only move is to go for Quiver, because yeah, I mean, I don't have anything else. I have to go to Quiver. Psychic is not going to kill. Brave Bird's going to defense. Okay, Newton's third law, so Skarmory's going to take a little bit of recoil. Back into the red you go. But yeah, we're not in a good position. I'll be 100% honest, this is where we kind of lost the battle here. We already knew it was GG. We already knew it was GG. The rest we could do is just Psychic or Shadow Ball and hope for the best, but we know that we're not going to outspeed that Ho-Oh very, very well. So yeah, we're off to just go for Psychics and hope for the best here. Because realistically, that is all we can do. So he switches out into Ho-Oh. Gonna take it's back to full health. See, look, that rocks would have been so helpful right there. Here comes Psychic. I don't know if it's a 2-ko. It's probably not a 2-ko. It is a 2-ko after rocks. Gosh dang it. I should have just set up rocks when I had the chance. Yeah, so that's the mistake. That's pretty much the end of the battle right there. Because Ho-Oh can just go for Protect, can go for Roost. He's not going to die to another Psychic unless it's a crit. But we won't get that crit. We won't even get that split death drop. And we're just going to die to a Sacred Fire. So yeah, down goes Titania. And there goes our chances of winning this game. I don't know what item that Ho-Oh is. I don't know if it's Flame Plate. I really don't know because it's in red. No berry popped. No nothing. I don't know what it is. Could be Flame Plate. Muscle Band. Maybe Zoom Lens. I'm not too sure what it is. I'm really not too sure what it is. So we have to go for Facade here just because we have to attack. That's our last option. We have to just attack. Withdraws the Ho-Oh out into Garchomp Skarmory to eat the Facade. Yeah, Skarmory is a very defensive wall. It's not going to do anything. I think it'll just restore back to its original health. Did a little bit of damage under a leftovers. So we're going to just go for High Jump Kick at this point and knock out the Skarmory. So down goes Skarmory. But it's still GG. I mean, at this point, I'm just rambling on. Actually, no, here's where I'm going to get a little annoyed. Because he opts to stall a little bit here. I'm not too sure why you would do that. I mean, I understand this Facade, yes. But you are gonna recover and not just go for the kill. I mean, you've seen how much damage Facade did. It is not a kill. Switcheroo, I'm not giving this thing leftovers for freak's sakes. But obviously not going to kill in 2 or 3 shots. It's definitely a 4-ko, but then you opt to go for recover. So I'm a little annoyed at the stall bit at the end here. Like, just go for the kill. You've won. You know, you have Garchomp at the back too. Yeah, I have Roserade, but Roserade ain't going to touch your Garchomp because I don't have Dazzling Gleam. So yeah, I mean, you know, just go for the kill. Just literally Sacred Fire. You know, you have to match 1. You know, yeah, you missed. That's a glimmer of hope, but realistically, I should have just gone for Healing Wish into Roserade. But no, I mean, I said we're going to keep fighting until the end, and we're going to keep fighting until the end. I'm surprised Lopunny lived. Not that it mattered. No healing move on this thing. But yeah, I mean, that's the end of the battle. I'm a little annoyed at the stall at the end, but you know what? Despite my opponent having 1 Ubermon on his team, I'd say we did pretty good. But that being said, that's the end of the battle. We're sitting at 0-2 with this team. Will we be able to bounce back? Please stick around and find out, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.